Hello and welcome to Graceful 40s Wellness. It's Brandy. I'm back with another video. If you've been here before, then I want to say thank you for returning. If you're new, welcome. Today I want to talk about 20 things I will no longer buy in 2025. Honestly, some of these items have been removed from my purchase list for years, and I just thought they'd be worth sharing in case they can help someone else. So let's just jump right into the list, starting with item number 1. And I wrote it down because I just figured it would be a lot easier to stay on task. So, getting right to it, the first thing that I found really interesting that I haven't actually purchased for maybe 3-6 months, and I've been testing other methods. So first thing is dishwasher pods. So for me, having a dishwasher is awesome. I live a good life with my dishwasher, but I also don't want to pay for dishwasher pods because I've realized you don't need them. So what I always do when I wash dishes, and maybe this is true for you too, is I pre-wash the dishes and basically they just need a rinse. And so then what I find as most helpful is to add into the area where the dishwasher pod goes, I add apple cider vinegar or white vinegar, and it works just the same as a dishwasher pod. So I haven't bought a dishwasher pod in some time, and I probably can't find a good enough reason to buy it again. So that's item number 1. Item number 2. Now, this is both because these are things where Christmas gifts and birthday gifts kind of feel the same to me. Like it's a way of showing care on what's considered a holiday, right? So for me, I'm no longer interested in buying Christmas gifts or birthday gifts. My sons are teens, and I would rather just pay for experiences with my children. And Christmas as well, same category. I'd rather save up for experiences instead of like getting individual gifts, because I realize ultimately, in my personal opinion, maybe unpopular, Christmas and birthday gifts really feature individualism, which is okay, sure. But getting a bunch of Christmas gifts for you creates like an individual association with things equating to love versus like time being shared and experience being shared and memories being made, where it's really centered around connection. So for me, I want to pay and save up for events versus like handing you something to show my love, because I rather hand you my attention, my time, and my energy to show you my love versus like handing you a gift. And then, you can do that too. It's nothing wrong with that, but I want to be more mindful of like the balance on that, I guess, Item number 3, makeup. Right now, I'm wearing a little bit of makeup. I'm still figuring it out. I'm not really great with makeup because I never really practiced wearing makeup. Usually I just wear a little bit of foundation, concealer, blush, and like a little lipstick and fill in my brows, and that's the best. But I have eyeshadow, so I'm trying to use that a little bit more. So we'll see how it goes. But being that my work is generally in front of a screen, I'm wearing glasses. Actually, I'm supposed to be wearing glasses, but all of my prescription glasses also have blue light filters. So I don't really need to wear a lot of makeup because glasses do a lot of work, Like you don't have to wear makeup really if you wear glasses, because the glasses just like make you look more put together, I guess. It's like wearing a blazer on your face or something. I don't know. Anyway, item number 4, hair products. So if you follow my natural hair series, which is also on the channel, then you have seen me create quite a few DIY hair products for natural hair. So the rule of thumb for me on this one is that I can get a leave-in base. So when I make my DIY leave-in conditioners, I either make it with all natural products, or sometimes if I don't have enough time to do that, I will get conditioner and add that as my base, and then just add in the extra ingredients that I like for my deep conditioner routine. So what I would say here is this is more of like, I'm not going to be buying shampoo. I'm not going to be buying conditioner unless it's conditioner based, just so I can make deep conditioner with. And that would be like a project pan situation. So when I run out of shea butter for like my hair butter blend that I make, then I'll buy more shea butter. But I'm not buying like hair butters. I'm making hair butters. I'm using my DI, like I make shampoo bars. So I'll use my shampoo bars. I also have Dr. Bronner's like shampoo recipe that I'm gonna be remixing. So like I'll buy the materials to make the shampoo myself. I'll buy the materials to make the shampoo bars myself, but I won't necessarily buy shampoo because I have maybe a good 10 shampoo bars from the last batch I made, so I don't really need to. But I do like to double cleanse, so if I want to mix it up, then I can add in the Dr. Bronner's DIY shampoo recipe. Okay, item number 5, and follow the natural hair series because I just pop those DIY recipes in there whenever I'm restocking or needing to remake more of the product. So item number 5 is holiday decor. This last year was the first Christmas where I really tried to bring Jesus into Christmas, and I know that sounds strange, but as a Christian growing up, he wasn't really like seen. Like you go to church on like maybe Christmas Eve and New Year's, but Jesus wasn't like in the holiday decor. He wasn't like closely tied to Christmas. So for me, last year was my first time trying to infuse Jesus into the Christmas holiday, as it is actually a reference to Christ in his birthday. And I find that fascinating to see how much the nation cherishes Christmas, although there is not really an association with Jesus most of the time. So I've been trying to be more mindful about that. No judgment, just an observation, okay? So I'm trying to create more decor, make more decor, or infuse decor that I've invested in last year that has a Jesus tone, to really have a representation of Christmas that feels aligned with my faith. So there's that. I'm a Christian, I'm a believer, and I follow Jesus, I guess. Not that I guess, but I'm trying to find a way to say it because a lot of people can say they're a Christian and do none of the actual behaviors that Christians do. And it's not like a scale on that one. I'm just saying like I am a practicing believer, if that makes sense, because that's different than just saying you're a Christian and we all get to pick our own identities. I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying like what I do. And I feel like I have to like explain, but hopefully you get what I'm saying. Okay, back to the list. So item number 6 is cooking accessories, like cooking devices. So I have an air fryer, I have a crock pot, I have pots and pans, and I have a juicer, I have a dehydrator, and like, basic dishes and stuff. So I don't feel called to buy any more cooking utensils. I've had a friend mention like, oh, you gotta get a pressure cooker, gotta get a pressure cooker. My life has been changed since I have this pressure cooker. And I just can't find a good reason other than this person suggesting it to have a pressure cooker. Like my life is good. I have a crock pot. It's worked for years. I know how to use it already. I don't have to like have a learning curve with it. I don't feel like having a learning curve with it, to be honest. So like as the new things have come out, I have, thought about getting them, but they're often quite expensive. The other item is the Ninja Creamy. I've been looking at that off and on, and I can't make it make sense to like buy it, to financially invest in it when I don't necessarily need to be eating ice cream all the time in the first place. So if I want ice cream, it can be more of a specialty item that I go out and pick up from time to time, but I don't need like a bucket of ice cream in my fridge every day, especially as I'm trying to work on mindful, healthy habits. Even though the Ninja Creamy makes like a healthy ice cream, just the concept of eating ice cream every night isn't necessary. And I don't know if for me, it's training me to have good behavioral habits because I struggle with my sweet tooth already, and I struggle with eating dessert almost every meal. So I don't need to create more chaos there. I need to create more peace there. Okay, so item number 7 are dishes. I don't need to buy any more dishes. I'm going to show you my cabinets. They are pretty barren. I have 2 boys and myself and a cat. So pretty much my dish situation is pretty sparse. I have enough dishes for us to eat off of. So there's like 4 plates, maybe 8 glasses, enough silverware, and that's it. And I have done this for years. I think back in 2021, I realized I was spending so much time washing dishes and I was avoiding it and I was dreading it. It's because we had like 4 or 5 sets of dishes. So I was washing 4 or 5 times as much dishes just because instead of when a plate was, dirty, we wouldn't rewash it. We would just grab the next plate. So then there's like this stack of like, 12 plates versus 4 in the sink. And I just, like, nobody wants to deal with that. So now when I wash dishes, it never takes me more than 5 to 10 minutes. And like if I'm hosting, then I'll get some nice paper plates or some nice plastic glassware looking plates, but I am not going to be the one washing dishes for years. I have over the last year invested in serving dishes because I have been hosting dinner parties for my church group. So the same group, small group, come to my house well, this is over now, but for 10 weeks, they came to my house, we ate dinner. So I had to have like decent serving dishes, and I just went to the Goodwill to get what would really fulfill that need in my dinner party hosting kind of category. So the only thing that I would say that is the exception to this rule all of 2025 is a nice cake serving display dish. If I can find one of those at the Goodwill, that would complete my collection of what I feel is like a necessity for my lifestyle, because I do host dinners, I do host dinner parties, I do host gatherings, as I'm a gatherer kind of person. So I will pull my friends together. I'll try and be pulling my family together. Some people in the family, some people in your life are gatherers, and I'm a gatherer. So I want a cake pan, and I don't find anything wrong with it because it matches the lifestyle and the way that I am investing in my community and family and friendships. So item number, and if anybody ever wants to see like a dinner party must have or hosting at home must have video, please let me know and I will show you what I have and some wonderful things that have really made all the difference in that practice of hosting. Okay, so going on to the next one, number 8, hair tools. Now, I am new to the natural hair community, so I have been confused about what to even use on my hair in some ways. So like, do I need a flat iron? I bought a flat iron. Before I bought a flat iron, I had one of those new age, like teeth grid, hot pad thingamabobs. I'll show you. And then like, as of now, I was like, do I need a hot comb? Because I don't know how to get my hair to, to really like not be puffy when I try and straighten it to do a silk press. But what I've recently come to realize is I don't even want to do a silk press unless it's Thanksgiving, maybe my birthday or Christmas. So like special occasions in my life, that's probably the only time I'm going to silk press my hair moving forward, because I actually prefer my hair in protective styles. It's just neat. I understand it. It lasts a lot longer. It's more of an investment for my time and energy. So like, I do love a silk press, but not enough to do that routinely. I only love it to like have it for Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving, my birthday. So there's like 4 holidays. So 4 times a year, I'm likely going to silk press my hair so I can use the tools I already have instead of investing in anything else. So no more hair tools. But I did have to get some things like a blow dryer, a flat iron. And then I guess I got the like a hair plate thingamabob with the teeth in it. I got that first, because if I would have got the flat iron first, I wouldn't have got the other one. But I think actually like the hair plate thing with the teeth in it more than the flat iron, to be honest. So I might see about selling that flat iron just to like get my monies back, see if somebody I know or wants to buy it, or if I can sell it online somehow. or maybe sell it back to Amazon used or something, because I've been really conscious about the money going out, and is that money actually being invested? Like, when I buy something, am I using it, or is it just collecting dust? Because I don't want anything in my house collecting dust at this point. I want everything to have a purpose and a reason, because over the last few weeks, actually months in different ways. Over the last few months, I've been pantry shopping and freezer shopping. So just, that's a way that I'm not necessarily wasting the financial investment I've already spent, because it's actually more convenient, it's more peaceful. So like, all of these things tied to peace. The more stuff we have, the more things we buy usually means the more stress we have, the more responsibility we have, the more clutter we have, the more energy we are giving to these objects. So everything has to have that Marie Kondo vibe in my life at this point, and I feel a lot more peace. Like, just literally being in my home, it feels light here, because everything has a purpose, and it's not like junk, clutter, garbage. Everything is just peace. Okay, so the next thing is hair accessories. I have a butterfly clip that I never use, but I'm waiting, because I know when my hair is longer, it'll make more sense, but for now, I don't really need it. And the reason is because I have bangs that are just like right here, but you know how natural hair is. So my bangs that are actually here, when they are curly, they're up to here. So I have to wait for my bangs to grow out so I can pull my hair back. Oh, birdie, sorry. And then I'll use a butterfly clip. So that makes sense. I have a bunch of like silk scrunchies and hair ties, and that's it. I can't think of an actual accessory. I have headbands, that I use kind of if I'm working out. So that's it. I don't have any hair accessories I can think of that would be valuable. I have, comb brush and all the stuff. So I don't have any hair accessories I can think of that I would need to purchase at this point. Moving right along, we've got jewelry. So I used to be really into costume jewelry and having everything be matchy. So if I'm wearing a purple shirt, I got purple earrings I could put in and that sort of thing. But I realized all I wear is gold jewelry. So I normally wear earrings every day unless I forget, but that's very rare, because I feel like, like if you're used to wearing jewelry, when you don't wear it, you feel that it's not there. So I always have a gold earring in my ear of some sort, some studs or some hoops. That's what I wear every day. It's studs or it's hoops. So, and I have rings, but I have enough rings. I don't need more rings. And I always have a necklace. So I have these things, and I don't feel like I need to replace any of it, because these are the things I end up picking up over and over again. I have a cross necklace and a rose necklace that my grandmother gave me when I was like 5. It's like a choker now, but I'll still wear it sometimes. So I don't need any jewelry. I don't need any coats, because I have a trench coat, which is a classic spring and summer coat. I have a winter coat, like heavy, puffer kind of coat. And I have jean jackets and, 14, you got the way, honey, and other stuff. So all that to say, like, I have enough coats. I can't think of another reason to buy a coat, like, because of the season, because most of my jackets have a season window to them. So I have like a black and white kind of spring fall jacket as well. So there's no time that I can think of where I would actually need a new coat of any sort until like I'm replacing one that I have. Another thing is jeans. I tend to wear dresses more often. Today I'm wearing a hoodie and like workout clothes, but I don't normally end up wearing jeans unless it's like at random at this point. I don't even really wear pants. I wear workout clothes or I wear dresses most of the time. So I can't reason buying more jeans into my life. Another thing that was really interesting just recently in the last month or two, I let my Amazon Prime subscription like close out, and I canceled it. And I also donated my Alexa. I don't know if you have seen um, the concerns about the Alexa recording your information and that being sold to third parties. So I just can't like keep using it knowing that there's not enough safeguards for my personal information in place. But also Amazon Prime just made me a habitual spender for Amazon, and I think it's time that we really do invest in using the shopping where it actually is beneficial to you long term. So if Amazon isn't necessarily a company that has a lot of great intention for you, I try and make that the last thing I'm using, or to not use it at all as often as possible. So I don't have a perfectionist tone with this just yet because I'm still sorting out how to adjust. But for me, I just feel like I can't support a business that's not really supporting me, or, people who are not of a certain wealth category. So, moving right along, not to be political, but I'm just being honest. So, I'm a very observational person. So I'm just sharing my observations, and you are free to make your own observations. So I'm hoping that this is helpful versus like a point of argument for someone to do whatever they want to do. Okay, so next up, item number 14, books. I don't feel like I actually need any books because I have tons of books that I have never even gotten to just yet. I have tons of books that I've noticed end up in my Goodwill pile. So for me, I'm trying to read the books that I already have. I have started to notice I'm finishing more of the books that I have. And if I'm not going to read it twice, then I'm going to donate it. But there are some books that I like to have for reference for work as a mental health therapist. My like therapy category books I tend to keep because I can offer them to clients to look at depending on like what they're working through or what they're wanting to like explore more based on what we're talking about in our sessions. So the books I haven't read yet, the books I refer back to. So I'm looking forward to reading the ones I have, but I'm also excited to eventually get back into going to the library routinely. So if I want to read a new book, I can just do that. Also magazines. So item number 15 is magazines. I used to be a person who loved to have a magazine subscription, but I think back in 2022 or so, I just let my subscription stop because I was like, oh, well, I got to keep my Essence. I got to keep my Cosmopolitan. And I think those were the main two that I would subscribe to. But I realized I don't need those. And I don't know if it was just about me having a way to have low effort leisure activities, because sometimes reading a book felt like too much. So reading a magazine felt like it was more consolidated. But I realized for me, the issue with magazines is that they're very expensive and the information in them, I'm not really applying most of it. So like, it's just something for me to do more than like high value activity, I guess. So I am not going to have any magazine subscriptions. And I feel like being that we can Google pretty much anything we want to know that would live in a magazine at this point, it just feels hard to commit to subscription, even if it's like for leisurely. I'm going to sit outside and read my magazine. Like I can sit outside and read a book, or I can just sit outside and journal, or I can just sit outside and look around and have some tea, So another item number 16 is glasses. So these are glasses that are prescription glasses. I have 2 other pair of prescription glasses, and I feel like this is enough until I get my annual exam. It has been a hot minute since I've had an annual exam. So if I need to change my prescription, which I may, then I will get a pair of glasses only in that instance. And I have a red frame, or like a orange red frame goal. Like that would be the one thing I'd really like. But I have glasses, they seem to be working okay. So I'm not gonna buy any more glasses. Sometimes I feel like that would be an area where I would want to stack and have like, again, a frame for each color that I might have on, so then I can matchy. And it would be cute, honestly. But I'm not gonna do it because I don't feel like the glasses I'm wearing don't work anyway. So like a pop of color with a neutral is fine, and I don't have to have gray framed glasses. But wouldn't that be cute? So I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to have like 17 pairs of glasses, although it would be cute. It's not worth the trouble. So the next item number 17, is home decor. So I continue to go through my home over and over again to look around for like what is here that doesn't actually serve any function. It's just kind of an extra thing. I don't feel like I enjoy living in a cluttery home with like too much kitsch. But I do like pops of color, but I want everything to feel like feng shui. Everything flows and goes together, works well for the energy of the space, those kind of things. So I'm constantly kind of combing through the house, especially now that I'm preparing for a move, to keep the house with just the necessities or beautiful items that spark joy and serve purpose. So there's no home decor I can imagine that I'm missing at this point. I feel like I have everything, and I've actually had to donate some excess that has, served its purpose, but it's time to move on. Okay, so the next item is 18, and I would say off-list grocery items. So when I go to the store, something that I'm really working on is making sure I have a clear list of literally what do I need, and is what I need essential to what I'm trying to do. So like, I don't need whipped topping, but I will be making like a protein yogurt bowl, and I like it. So it's better with that, but I can also make like a fruit chia bowl without it. So some things are like, I just like it and I'm gonna let myself have it. But if it's not on the list, then it's not on the list. So like, I went to Costco recently and I had everything on my list, but then there's like this giant container of tea concentrate. And I love to drink water and find creative ways to drink more water. So I was like, okay, well, this could be an investment item. If I finish this, then I'm saving money and this is healthy because I'm not having to get like the little water flavor things that may have less healthy ingredients than this tea concentrate, which is a decaf like ginger orange. You just scoop it. I'll show you. But I find it difficult to use right now. So I'm still trying to figure out how to use it because you have to like boil it and I don't know how to do it. So I'm struggling to use it. So like that's $10 that I called an investment, but I'm not really capitalizing on using it. So I want to stick to the things I know, and I'm going to use it because I paid for it. And that's like my favorite thing, is using things to the point that they are finished and then throwing away the container or recycling the containers, just so I can see like, what is it that I actually use when it's the only thing, versus like I have 2 leave-ins, but when I have just 1 leave-in because I'm gonna have to use all this leave-in, then is this even the leave-in I want to use? Or like, I feel like when we have too many things, it's harder for us to figure out what actually works best for us because we have too many things. So another example is for my skincare. I have had a whole lot of different anti-aging products, and I make some of my own. On the channel, there's videos for that stuff too. But I found that my skin actually responds really well to my DIY hyaluronic acid blend, and my skin actually responds very well to peptides. So I don't need to have like 45 other skincare things. If like those 2 do quite a bit for me, but because I'm only using those two is the only way I've ever actually figured out, like, oh, these work well together, I'm gonna use these, versus like the 17 other things. I mean, my DIY hyaluronic acid has niacinamide in it and vitamin C as well. So, I mean, I'm covering a lot of territory with just the stuff that I'm DIYing, but I don't need to buy a lot of like skincare products, because I've seen some people have skincare videos where they have like 18 different things. And right now in the season of life, I don't need 18 different things. I just need like 3 or 4. So I'm gonna live there. So item number 19 is shoes. I realize I have a bit of a fantasy personality where I have shoes for events I have yet to actually go to. So I've had these white boots for I think the last 2 years that I was sure I was going to wear somewhere, because I am a white boot kind of woman, but I haven't worn them once. I haven't worn them outside, inside, any which place. I will put them on with the outfit and then say, no, you can't wear that. That's too much. So like having these shoes for the last 2 years and never wearing them tells me that I don't really need those shoes. They are not essential. I have a pair of brown boots and black boots, and I wear those religiously. So I know those are really where I'm at. So like just letting go of the fantasy version of me. I also have a pair of highlighter, like Mariah Carey's, I like to call them, the 2-strap like heels. And I wore them once in Mexico for a photo shoot. And then after that, I didn't have worn them once. And I think it's because the heel is too high. And I am more of a kitten heel girl, or I am wearing boots if I'm wearing like a dress shoe. So there's no reason for me to buy any new shoes. So even if I have like stuff reserved for potential dates and date nights and all that stuff, because sometimes I date, sometimes I don't. When I go on dates, I have dress shoes or whatever. So I don't necessarily need like white boots. I don't know what the white boots were. I think I was like, oh, when I go to brunch or a concert. But I go to brunch and I don't wear white boots. I don't really go to concerts. Or last one was Janae Aiko, but I didn't really like it, so I left early. I didn't even stay. I was just like, I'd rather go home and go to sleep, because this is not impressive to me. So like, I don't really know. But like, even when I go to like Broadway shows, because that's something I do invest in, I'm not wearing white boots. So like, I just gotta let go, So like, let go of the fantasy version of myself and hold on to like the version of me that's really me, because I like how I dress. I like my style, and I like that I have ways to dress up and like feel cute, but it's not gonna be a white boot situation. It's not gonna be neon yellow Mariah Carey's either. So that's just me. I don't feel like there's a shoe that I need until I run them to run them into oblivion, because I am getting back into my running lately. And so right now I have some Adidas on that I tend to run in or go walking in. And so when these run their course and I've run them into the ground from running, I will replace them with another running shoe. So those are the exceptions. So like a Project Pan vibe on my shoes. Like, I don't need to buy another dress shoe. I'm good. But I will likely eventually need to replace my running shoes, because with time they just wear out. Okay, last but not least, and this one is important because I am a crafty girly. I do DIYs all the time. I make hair and body products. I make candles. I make soap. I make chapstick. Yeah, I don't know. I make stuff. I paint, all that stuff. So for me, I realize I sometimes get ahead of myself with my creativity, because that's a way that I like to express myself and feel in tune with me. So over the years, I've bought things to like learn to knit, or to learn to do clay making, or glitter, because I'm going to do something that's going to require glitter, or I'm going to do scrapbooking. And so I'll get scrapbooking supplies. But I'm not using any of that stuff. I also know how to sew. So sometimes like I used to get fabric and stuff for future projects, but I realized I don't need all that until I'm actually going to do a project. And usually with sewing, my sewing machine, I need to go take in and see like what the issue is because it's not quite working how I wanted to. But it was mainly, I used my sewing machine for making dresses or altering my clothes pretty much, or changing my clothes. So like I have a dress in the closet right now that I want to change. It's a short sleeve midi length dress, but I want to like make it a tank top style dress and maybe bring the hem of the midi up. So like that's kind of how I use my sewing machine most of the time, or for special projects. So I'm donating tons of like craft stuff that I had stockpiled for someday. And what I plan to do instead is like, if I want to learn to knit, I have to first take a knitting class, you know? So like, I'm not ready to like buy materials for knitting or clay, ceramics, and all that stuff for scrapbooking until I first sign up for a class so I know what I'm doing. So when I get the material, I'm more likely and already invested to use it. So a bonus item here, item 21. The 21st thing that I am no longer buying, and this is more spiritual than like physical, but I'm not buying any more online like spiritual prophecy. Like, if you watch this video, God wants you to know, blah, 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 you know. This video finds you when God wants you to understand. Like that kind of stuff, I haven't watched or engaged in for years, because to me it always feels too much like having someone try and tell you your horoscope, because I feel like if God wants to talk to us, it's not probably going to be an online forum. I think God would actually talk to us in a real way. So what I've found from my relationship to Christ is he's not going to go through large channels. Like, I mean, I guess he could, but I don't believe he's done that with me, at least. So before, in another life, I was really into astrology and horoscopes, and then I fell into like wanting to know my horoscope every day, what's gonna happen, who's this, who's that, how do they really feel. But I realized you can just ask the people in real life. You don't need all these like extra people to tell you when you've never met them. They have no relationship to you. So it just feels like a part of our ego wants to be told what we want to hear when we're listening to those things. So for me, I can't make it make sense, especially with like the historical issue around wanting to know like my horoscope every day. Like, enough's enough. So for me, a few days ago was listening, because I don't listen to horoscope stuff, and that's been years now. But what was it? But the other part of this is that I think earlier this week, I just happened, like while I was working out, to watch a video from a famous pastor who was prophesying something on the internet. And even though this is a woman I really respect and believe in, I don't believe that I need her prophecy from the internet to have a relationship with God. I could just pray, I could just read God's word, and that would be enough, because God has brought confirmation through people in my actual life, that people who know me and share physical air with me. So for me to be on the internet looking for that feels like a no-no. And this is just me personally, because of my own history and my own understanding of my faith. So no judgment to everyone else and what you're doing, but I try hard to really reflect as best as I can in these areas, because I don't want to be led down the wrong roads. So yeah, that would be bonus item 21, is like anyone prophesying like they know this and that about what's about to happen for me, where it's vague. I feel like I rather just work with God's confirmation, and he tells me I'm on the right track, and he brings physical people into my life to speak the words that I've been praying on. So that's how I know it's God. But it's not going to be on the internet from somebody who doesn't actually have a real relationship to me. Although I may admire them, I'm not here for parasocial faith. Like, I think that's something we have to be mindful about. Okay, so I believe this is everything I can think of for now. And so we have completed the list of 20 items that I will no longer buy in 2025. Some of these items, of course, have not been bought for years, but I do want to share this in case it can help you on your journey. I'm so looking forward to sharing more of like just what I'm really thinking about, what I'm really sorting out as I continue to work on this channel. I have some fun stuff planned ahead where I'm going to start a lifestyle series, but we'll wait and see. You'll see what happens on the channel if you keep watching. So please be sure to subscribe if you enjoy this content. Please be sure to like this video, share it with a friend if you're down with that, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think. How are you also, what are your favorites? Like, are you doing any of these things? Are you not doing any of these things? Let me know in the comments below. And also, if you have your own that haven't been listed, please share those as well in the comments. All right, take great care. Let me do it again. Take great care, and I'll catch you in the next episode of Graceful 40s Wellness.